Hi everyone and welcome to this week's WARNO devblog. It is definitely a bit of a filler episode again this week, so I'm giving you all advanced warning now. First up, we're talking about Army General tutorials. They say, yes, we know you're all passionately waiting for the new mode, just wait a little bit longer. What we can share today in the devblog is more details on the Army General tutorials. Much like the current tutorials in WARNO, the Army General tutorials will be fully scripted missions. These missions will cover the first hours of our World War III scenario as it unfolds around the Fulda Gap, much like the game tutorials that are already present. The Army General tutorials will showcase the operational strategy as experienced through the eyes of 1st Squadron, 11th Armoured Cavalry Regiment based in Fulda. Roger Dodger Over and Under is a little subheading they have here. All the tutorials dialogues will be translated and dubbed in various languages for easy understanding. The different Army General mechanics will be explained and illustrated in detail from simple to complex. These include things such as the interface, attacking and defending, formation composition, aka the little pawns on the map, combat and auxiliary battalions, unit fatigue, terrain modifiers, air attack and interception, encirclement strategies, and so on. We felt that delivering the Army General in your lap with no explanation might overwhelm players. Army General works on a strategic level, with the new mode combining that with the tactical battles we all know and love. We made the additional effort to make the interface between the two fun and engaging, while complex, not incomprehensible, hence the new tutorials. Now, some delays encountered with the Army General have to do with production. Everything needs to be designed, voiced, tested, balanced, and written. Any major updates to the overall balance of the game mechanics along the way have an effect on the mission and the dialogue, meaning more changes. There is no ill will behind it, it's just the realities of game development for a small independent studio. Next up, they have an update on destruction maps. So during WARNO's early access, they've noted that skirmish and conquest modes have been particularly well liked by the community, and that's why they decided to prioritize the development of that mode, including new map delivery. However, they also understand that many people are eagerly awaiting destruction versions of the existing maps, and the time has come to refocus their efforts on the swift production and delivery of new destruction variants for the existing maps. So, for all of you who like destruction, get ready. Next up is the Abrams rework. So, the Abrams main battle tank resulted from decades of middling programs by the United States combined with the threat of high-tech armored Soviet doomstacks in East Germany. After the failure of the MBT-70 and XM-803 programs, with some conceptual wandering through the M60A2 Starship, the United States decided to pull out all the stops and create a new tank to end all tanks. Technology was pushed to the limits of what was possible in the era and used to design the main battle tank with unparalleled mobility, excellent protection, and cutting-edge fire control systems, allowing the Abrams to really get stronger and stronger with each new iteration. This takes us to the M1 Abrams, one of the earliest variants of this American main battle tank. The visual highlights for the uninitiated include the 105mm M68 gun, the mantlet, which was different to other tanks apparently. Someone will have to explain that to me in the comments because I actually have no idea. And a shorter turret compared to the later variants, the M1IP and the M1A1. Furthermore, the 105mm armed M1s had an unusual three-piece blowout cover over the bustle. Early M1s lacked the turret basket as well, and finally the sprockets were also different. Now we have a little subheading of camouflage. Camouflage of US vehicles stationed in Europe entered the tumultuous period in 1989. Tanks could be seen in MERDC forest green single colour, MERDC winter verdant pattern, or more popular, the three-colour Kark camouflage patterns. We opted for forest green for the M1A0, basically the original. The historical markings on the US tanks were kept relatively simple. Let's take the following as an example. As you can see here, we are dealing with a vehicle of the 8th Division, 5th Battalion of the 77th Armoured Regiment, Alpha Company, 1st Platoon, 3rd Tank. Not too tricky, right? I would argue it's very tricky because the image they've uploaded is absolutely tiny, guys. And you can't actually read what it says on the front of the tank very well. Another marking is the military load classification in Europe. Many quaint and rickety bridges on the old continent do not handle the latest generation of armoured vehicles. Do not speak of an entire armoured division equipped with heavy tanks rolling over one. NATO implemented the military load classification system to avoid collapsing bridges left and right. Each vehicle had to present its combat weight, but to avoid confusing the average American serviceman, this weight was in imperial short tons. No wonder France almost left NATO in disgust. And that is everything for this week's devblog. As I said, this is kind of a bit of a filler episode, I think, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon for some more WARNO.